Hello and welcome to another update video about Cardano. The Cardano Summit is over and we had a few good announcements, but to be honest, from my point of view, I deep within myself expected some more of these mind-blowing announcements. And while they were really good and really add some value, especially long-term to the Cardano ecosystem, I think a lot of you guys expected more of these so-called mind-blowing announcements as well. And that's always the problem if if anyone before such an event has huge expectations, they are slightly disappointed. I really enjoyed the summit. I think it was really a good summit. I loved it. I loved the virtual world, loved to interact with the community, but I think I expect a little bit more just in terms of announcements. And that is also why the price didn't really move. I think a lot of that was already priced in. I mean, there were rumors and discussions about Coty providing a stablecoin before, and that was one of the announcements. Then we had the Cardano Chainlink and the Cardano Dish Corporation. I think they were among the biggest ones that were announced, and I still have to listen to a few of the last videos that I didn't have a chance to listen in because I had to go to bed but I left the live stream running. So let's carry on. Let's start with Bitcoin first, and then we go to the Cardano price, what the Cardano price is doing. And as always, thanks a lot for all your support. Hope you had a great weekend. I think it was a great summit and I really enjoyed the virtual world. So let's start with Bitcoin first. Bitcoin is doing quite well at the moment, actually. And you can see that here. I mean, Bitcoin 4.67% plus, and Ethereum really catching up, and Cardano not doing much. But what you can see here on this chart, on CoinMarketCap, where you can compare them all, that it was really, Cardano was actually leading the way already in the last few days. It was taking some of that movement before, Bitcoin and Ethereum, and they are now catching up. So in this case, Cardano was really leading the way, but now when they move up, Cardano is just moving sideways. So let's do Bitcoin. Bitcoin is moving or breaking out of this descending channel or descending wedge at the moment, which is a good sign. That's a good sign for every crypto because they are usually following Bitcoin, as you know. However, on the daily, we can still see that the RSI is in the red, below the 50, in the bearish range. The MACD as well, even though the MACD is now catching up a little bit. You can see that here. MACD is going up a little bit, still below zero, still no bullish cross, however. And also the ADX, we still have that short signal, so no turning point from that point of view yet. The first heads up for me is that Bitcoin is finally breaking out of this descending channel, and we're going to take a quick look at the hourly before we go to Cardano. Here on the hourly, we can see that in a little bit more detail that we broke out in that move here. Got a big move from down here where we hit the 50 period moving average on the hourly and got some support, and then broke out from down here 42,500, and we went up to 44,000. Quite a nice move, and we're currently forming something like a bull flag here, so we could see some further moves to the upside, which would be great for Bitcoin. And I did say it before also in the Telegram chat group, we need to get above 45,300, which is that high here, to continue really our way to the upside. And that is, as soon as we do that, I think it becomes more likely that we've seen the bottom. At the moment, I think we still might go down further. That is still the likeliest option for me. But as soon as we get above 45,300 and close a daily candle above it, it gets increasingly likely that we move to the upside and then potentially also go towards new all-time highs. So I'm going to add a resistance support line here at that level, 45,300. On the hourly, we can see that the RSI is really doing well, getting above 50. We seem to be losing steam a little bit. You had a lot of a big pump here, smaller pump here, but there might be another one coming now. MACD also on the hourly looking quite good. We had a bullish cross here, down here, which was a few hours ago actually, and then the ADX also a bullish cross, but I think we talked about that in the previous video. So let's go to Cardano, see what Cardano is doing. And Cardano already broke out of this descending wedge. You know that we talked about it on this channel, and when that happened, actually we started to follow a ascending trend line, similar to actually what Bitcoin is doing now. I think we can also probably draw a trend line that Bitcoin might be following. There you go. I think Bitcoin might actually drop down to that trend line and from there move to the upside. So that trend line is currently sitting at around 43,500, depending on in which angle we go down. It's an ascending trend line, but if Bitcoin obviously continues its way to the downside, we will break below that. So watch that line here. But it is a good development that we start to see higher highs again. But as I said, 45,300 we need to get above. So with Cardano, as I said, also on the daily, not looking brilliant. We're still in the bearish range on the RSI, so pretty much doing the same at the moment on the daily. What Bitcoin is doing. The good development is that we can see here the MACD seems to have formed a peak, a lower peak here on the 10th of September. Since then, it has been going up, so we're getting closer to the zero line, which is a good development. If that carries on, we will see a bullish cross here, but the ADX still a short signal, which is why a lot of people probably still a bit careful with Cardano. And let's go with the, I'll take a look at the hourly one. Let me just adjust that here. On the hourly, if you wonder what the yellow box is here, there's just a a support resistance zone that formed back here when we started to form that head and shoulders. You might remember it when we broke down around the 18th, 19th of September. It was a bit messy. You had a lot of wicks and so on going into this area. So created that zone here within which we, were trading. Now we're below it, so we get some resistance here. Well, then, after that head and shoulders, we actually dropped from the double bottom here. Since then, we moved to the upside, formed that ascending trend line that we put yesterday on the chart, had a few moves to the upside here, and now what we can see here on the hourly is that we seem to be struggling to make higher highs again. And if we don't make a higher high here, I think it gets increasingly likely that we drop to the downside once more. And then again, that would just confirm that scenario that we might go down once more lower. And until we have managed to get through 280, that Elliott Wave scenario, in my view, is still playing out and still a more likely scenario that we get down to around 185 once more. So yeah, you've got something like head and shoulders with an ascending neckline forming here. So you can see that, and if we won't make a higher high, I think we will break to the downside here with a target of maybe again that descending trend line then as support. So let's just see how that's gonna play out. I think that will take us very close or to that descending trend line, which is that the upper line of the descending channel within which we were trading in. So let's see. I'm again not too bullish on Cardano in the very short term. I still think we might come down lower once more. You can see that also on the hourly here. I think the indicators on the hourly look a bit worse than Bitcoin, where Bitcoin is just moving to the upside, and the hourly indicators also confirm that and show that we have that impulse to the upside currently, at least on the hourly. Cardano is not doing that. RSI in the bearish range. The MACD is in the green range, yes, but I think it is struggling to hold its. We made a bullish cross here. That was yesterday, but I think it's losing steam. You can see that we are losing steam. We are having a decline here. The histogram is going down. We might form a bearish cross very soon. And also here the ADX. We've just made a bearish cross again, which means it's a short signal. So not too confident on Cardano in the very short term, but you know that the scenario is still in play, and we've been talking about that we still might be in this C correction and come down once more into this yellow box. We already hit the target, don't forget that. So it could be that we've already seen it, and from here continue our wave to the upside to complete wave 3 to a target of at least 450. But as long as we are still below that 280 level, or at least below 260, then we will still have a higher likelihood that we drop once more to the downside. Don't be disappointed that the price didn't shoot up after the event. It's oftentimes when you have these events coming, a lot of speculation is already built into the price. And to be honest, I didn't hear these mind-blowing ones that people probably expected, because most people who are not from the let's call it the industry will probably have expected something more, you know, like a partnership with a huge company. Yes, we had Dish, but anybody outside the US probably doesn't know Dish. So people maybe expected something like, I mean, there were rumors like Tesla and Amazon, which I didn't believe would be happening because it would just be too big at this stage. But that's the kind of things that people expect if people, if like the Cardano guys talked about mind-blowing. So that's what people expect then. And that's how you can create false expectations. But anyway, still my biggest holding. Extremely bullish in the long run. Huge potential. Love the summit. And let's just get through this. And then sooner than later, we will find ourselves at price levels that we can't even imagine today. So hopefully you liked the video. If you did, please smash the like button. And if you want to follow me on this crypto journey, then please subscribe. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.